Okay, we talk about Raw last night. While it was a little bit more acceptable than the circus we got the Monday beforehand, it wasn't that great. Um, the only thing that really happened was, Cody, he came out and cut this bizarre promo about, reacting to Brock doing what he did to him the Monday before him when he came out and attacked Cody, which I knew he wasn't really going to get a match like that. That just seemed too good to be true. Like Cody and Brock versus Roman and Solo. I mean, come on now. First of all, we all know Roman isn't wrestling, just a regular show live for free. Okay. Also with the likes of Brock Lesnar too. And no, come on. No. All right. Now, I knew something was going to go down when that was announced. But anyways, Cody cut this like weird, bizarre promo that really didn't like say much or do much for anyone's cause. So that was weird. And then another thing that happened was Trish Stratus ended up attacking Becky Lynch after the tag team titles was lost. But she botched that attack so bad. It was like some kind of like clothesline, slap elbow thing. I don't know. She's the only woman who I know who could try to attempt all three of those moves all in one swing. I think it was crazy. But she gave her a kick afterwards, I guess, to like try to like blanket that botch, but it was just bad. Anyways, trying to figure out if anything else notably happened. I don't think. I mean, Rey Mysterio had a pretty good match with Finn Balor. They're setting up this whole thing, I guess. Some of the this new Latino World Order group and Judgment Day is going to be wrestling together at Puerto Rico. I'm assuming Bad Bunny is going to be wrestling too at Puerto Rico because he's supposed to be hosting it. The host, whenever some kind of person hosts or celebrity hosts WrestleMania, they always got to like jump in and start wrestling somebody. So, anyways, that's pretty much all that happened. But like last Friday, Triple H came and announced the WWE draft, and so I wanted to announce the state of WWE right now and like what could possibly come about this draft. Now, we all thought that Triple H was going to come out and talk about how there's nothing to worry about now that the merger was announced with the WWE and UFC again. But he didn't. He just announced the draft, saying that everyone's going to be up for grabs and it's going to change the game. The game is going to be changed, all right, but not not the way he's trying to profess it to us. I mean, because like we all know Vince is back. His smell was all over Monday night's show. Not really so much as last night's show, but the week before that, the Raw after WrestleMania. And that was bad. That was really, really bad. He like just completely came out. We didn't come out, but he just didn't progress anything. He didn't acknowledge anything that was on the WrestleMania show. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn wrestled the Street Profits, well, I guess would have made sense. But like, I'm assuming, I wish they would came out and said like, oh yeah, you know, we beat the Usos, so maybe Adam Pearce would come out and said like, yeah, if you guys beat the Usos, now we're gonna like try to restructure this tag team division. We're gonna start out with a tag team tournament thing for the tag team championships. You know, that'll be, you know, determined in your future. But anyways, something like that. But he really didn't progress anything. The first match was between Omos and Elias. Really? Come on now. Um, that match was like a squash match. I mean, like that's how you know it was made by Vince. I mean, really? Who wants to see that? Now, Triple H, I know he had a handle on the SmackDown show after that because you want to know why? We had a match between a good match, and that's how the show opened up to. It didn't start out with no promo segment or anything like that. Triple H likes to give you wrestling first. Okay, he came and he gave us the Brawling Brutes versus Imperium. And I'm gonna say that like I never watched Imperium's entrance live on television before, but it's dope. Like it's crazy. It's like I don't know. And there's something about the way the female announcer, I don't know her name, but like she's really good when she's announcing not just Imperium, because I heard her announce you know, when the Usos come out and the Bloodline and everything like that. It's just the way she announces, you know, people. And I mean, and so she's announcing for, you know, Imperium that they're coming out, and she's like, the way she says it, it's just so good. She says, Ludwig Kaiser. Like she says that all sweet. And then she says, you know, Giovanni Vinci. And then she says Gunther's name, but she says it with an accent because I'm assuming, you know, I don't know what you know, where he hails from, but like she throws an accent on it. And she's like the Intercontinental Champion Gunther. She does it way better. So like don't you know, don't at me when I'm doing it, but it's just so good when she's announcing it. So when, you know, she's announcing them, and like, you know, they come out in the beginning of their entrance theme, and like, you know, they're standing all serious, like with their hands behind their back, and like it's just their shadows on the in front of the white backdrop with the word Imperium going across the top. It's just so good, and like, you know, obviously step out, revealing, you know, the full light them, you know. So I don't know why I had to go off track and just say that, you know, it's just I had to just say that like their interest is really, 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 really good. Okay. But yeah, so we got a really good match between the Brawling Brutes and Imperium, which was a really good match, really good opener. And then Triple H came out and started talking about the WWE draft. Now, here's the thing. When the draft was a thing, and like, you know, the rosters between SmackDown and Raw was a thing, and Vince was in charge, it wasn't really legitimate because people started bleeding into other shows. Like people would just be randomly, if a Raw superstar was supposed to be on Raw, they would just show up on SmackDown out of nowhere, no explanation given, whatever. You know, it's crazy because when Triple H first assumed his role as like creative, you know, head honcho, you know, I think within the first couple of weeks, like, you know, he had like a SmackDown superstar on Raw or vice versa, and like he put into a show an explanation for why they were there. Vince never does that. So, like I said before, if a Raw superstar was supposed to be on Raw, he or she would just be showing up on SmackDown for some dumb reason, and vice versa. Like sometimes a SmackDown superstar just show up on Raw. I thought this was a draft. I mean, you know, it's like if I'm watching if I'm watching a sport, you know, if I'm watching the 76ers play, Or, better yet, let's take another good example. I don't know. If I'm watching like a Celtics game or something like that and they're playing the Warriors, Joel Embiid isn't just going to show up playing for the Celtics. As you know, it's a draft. He was drafted. He has a contract with the 76ers. So if a WWE superstar has a contract to Raw, they're supposed to be wrestling for Raw. Where's the sports realism? I don't know. It's just crazy. So, I guess I don't have faith that, since Vince is back and he is assuming his role as, the creative mastermind, no one knows. But, it's the draft isn't going to hold up. People are just going to show up randomly onto the shows that they're not supposed to be on. Not much is going to change in terms of quality, just television. He's not going to give us like good matches, or it's just going to give us weird character gimmicks all over again. Stupid segments where people just act like buffoons. It's just that's. I mean, we had something good here while Triple H was in charge. Granted, it wasn't perfect, but you gotta look at what was handed to him. He had a bunch of rebuilding to do when Vince ruined everything. So he had to it was a lot. It was pretty big shoes to fill. I mean, he had a lot to repair. And so, especially at the time point that he was Triple H became that, the creative, the head guy for creative. I mean, because what, it was like the beginning of summer. And so he had to try to put things together for a good show to have for SummerSlam, stuff like that. And we had that weird, phase where everything is in limbo because you got to prep for the Royal Rumble. It takes time. You had to prep for the Royal Rumble a little bit afterwards too. It's things take time. And so I think he was doing fine for what was handed to him. You got to understand, it's hard to turn a turd into gold, because that's what Raw and SmackDown was when Vince was in charge. A giant rolled up brown turd. And Triple H had to turn that turd into gold. I thought he was doing good. He was doing a good job. What was handed to him. But anyways, the state of WWE right now, it's weird because they said that Vince wasn't backstage on Monday Night Raw. That's why things was a little bit better. They said I don't know, maybe travel issues or something like that. Or he was attending Friday. I think they said he was attending a concert or something like that. But he wasn't there for Monday, so that was a reason why Monday was a little bit better than the Monday beforehand. Friday, I think it was all Triple H. That's why that was the best show we had since WrestleMania. So, it's weird because it's are they going to slowly push Triple H out? Or does Triple H still has, control for SmackDown for right now? Like I said, until they inevitably push him out. But, as of right now, it's not looking good. The only thing we have to look forward to is the times that Triple H has a say in these shows. How long does he have that say in these shows? I don't know. It looks like he only has a say for SmackDown for the time being. How long is he going to have a say for SmackDown? I don't know. It's not looking good though. People, the phrase medical facility was used yesterday on Monday Night Raw. Medical facility. We already know. We already know what phrase that comes from. Vince McMahon. Who says medical facility? If I break my arm right now, am I gonna hit someone up hey, I need you to drive me to the hospital, or no, I need you to drive me to a medical facility? No, I'm gonna say, can you drive me to the hospital because I'm a human being. It's just dumb stuff like that. That's just the kind of nonsense we have to look forward to. Anyways, all I'm saying is it's not looking good, because it looks like Vince is slowly but surely taking back over his company once again. I didn't know he was going to be able to do it, because all the accusations of the things that he did was just going crazy and rampant. But hey, I mean, he became a multi-billionaire for a reason. I guess he's a smart businessman. So hey, anyways, like, comment, subscribe. This is my first take of, like, just the state of WWE right now, and I guess a televised show. I'm trying to figure out what to call this show. I was thinking about calling this podcast show, once I get everything rolling, I was thinking about calling it The Count Out. I don't know. Comment what do you think the podcast show should be, But anyways, like, comment, subscribe. I just created an Instagram page for this show, channel, podcast, whatever. It's the same as this YouTube. It's called JC from PA 215. I don't plan on only just talk about wrestling. I plan on, like, talk about anime, maybe live stream some games, because, like, I'm into, like, the League of Legends PC gaming stuff, like Valorant, Overwatch, and all that other stuff. But yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys whenever I decide to talk about something else. Maybe I'm gonna try to talk about Friday Night SmackDown, Friday night after the show ends. But yeah, stay tuned.